Hey guys, it's Torqen, and welcome to another video. So for today's video, I think I have a matchup that I'm very surprised I haven't covered yet, which is the Darius matchup. It's a very common matchup for many people, and Darius can be a huge counter if you don't know how to play into him. So let's get right into it. So for this matchup, I love the grasp setup. I think it's generally the safest and it's the most consistent, and you will get you the most wins. Very important in this matchup is having Second Wind and Doran Shield. The reason is because when Darius trades into you, he stacks his bleed, his passive, and having Doran Shield and Second Wind lets you heal up a lot of that ticking damage. And so it makes, you know, if he doesn't take a long trade into you, it makes his trades a lot less painful. So as the wave comes into lane, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and see what Darius does first, right? I kind of want to keep this wave either towards the middle or towards my side. So I'm going to wait to see what Darius chooses to do, whether he Qs the wave or he tries to E me. Since he doesn't do anything, I level up W and just W all 3 minions at once, and then I just wait. We want to keep this wave in the middle as much as we can, because it will mean that at some point Darius will be forced to push into us, and then we can freeze the wave close to our tower, giving us a chance to fight him. Now here you might be wondering why I don't just W Darius, and the reason is because I want to wait to see if he Qs me first, just like there, because then that gives me a chance to W him and gain some health back as well, and not just take damage, because your W also heals you, right? So it's much better to use it after you've already taken damage than while you're full health. So now that we both hit level 2, I'm just gonna wait. I'm like you can see I'm doing a lot of nothing. The only thing is I wanna trim the wave a little bit so that it's not too large as it's coming into my tower. He's going to pull me here, but because he already used his Q, it's not really that dangerous. I can just double Q and walk away. And you're going to see in here that because of, even though he got his full 5 stacks on me, because of D shield and Second Wind, the trade was pretty much exactly the same between both of us. We both lost the same amount of health. So now that the wave is close to my tower, my next goal here is to see if I can get a good trade on this Darius. So if he uses any ability, I'm going to be looking to go in. You see there that he used his Q, but then he walked back. So now I'm waiting to see if he's going to do something else again. I need him to either use his W or his Q, and then I can immediately look to go in. He starts charging his Q here very soon, and so I immediately E in to both dodge his Q and also get a good trade with my second Q. And now Darius should back up here. He tries to E to salvage the fight, but my Q is already off cooldown, so I get an easy kill. So that was all just because I was playing forward to take a trade while the wave was close to my tower, you know, and because the Darius did not back off even after taking that first bad trade, it meant that the instant, even though he got his E on me, I was able to immediately kill him with the ignite. So we're back in lane now. I got Sheen, and my only objective right now is to try to get this wave into Darius's tower so that it starts bouncing back into me, and so that I can have it freeze near my tower again. Where it is right now is really dangerous for me because Darius can try to all in me, and if he manages to stop my E with his own E, I'm pretty much finished. So you see here that Darius immediately ghosts and tries to go in, just like I said. He's looking for that long trade. So I'm going to try to use the bush to lose vision for a bit, and that allows me to E, and that finally allows me to get out. Unfortunately, I did have to flash for it, but it's fine. It's much better than dying, and it means that even though I don't have flash on him anymore, he now has to flash into me if he wants to fight me, which is much easier to play around. So with this, I'm just going to look to freeze this wave near my tower now, and from that freeze, we can try to see if we can get a play. Unfortunately, the wave is too large, so I probably won't be able to freeze it here. So now I'm level 6, and my ignite is coming up in about 20 seconds. So this is the point at which I should be looking for short trades. You can see here that Darius misuses his Q, and so I'm able to get a short trade into him. He misses his E entirely, and my Xerath uses that to get the kill on him. Even if the Xerath wasn't here, you can see that due to the fact that I was only taking short trades into him, and my ignite was coming up soon, I would have definitely gotten that kill regardless. The main thing when playing into Darius is just to ensure that you never allow him to get those long trades. Right, and the way you do this is by ensuring that your E only goes out when he's mid animation, whether that's he's queuing or he's autoing, you know, he's doing something that stops him from being able to use his own E to stop yours. So walking back to lane, I'm going to talk about atomization real quick. I really like to get early health versus Darius just to help you in fights, so that's why I bought the Ruby Crystal. Now you can see my Zac is here, and so I'm very willing to go into this fight with Darius because I know that my Zac is here to help me as well, so we get that easy kill as well. Somebody like Zac, he ganks over very large distances, and so it can be very easy to trap people like Darius, you know, or these immobile champions who don't really have dashes and ways to escape. Now, there is one thing, there's a good chance that Hecarim might be here, but I'm fairly certain I can outplay it, and so you can see I'm not using any abilities apart from my Q. He shows up, and so I immediately start to Q him while walking backwards. I look for the EW here, unfortunately miss it, but I only needed to buy enough time to get 2 rotations of my Q out to be able to get the kill on him. The main thing that I used against that Hecarim was just the fact that I knew I needed at least 2 rotations of Q, and if I can get myself away from him long enough for my second round of Qs to come up, I can easily get the kill on the Hecarim. Of course, he could have escaped, but he tried to ego it, and he ended up paying the price. Now, I decided to stay in lane, largely because I don't want to lose this wave. And I also know that my Zac is topside. So if my Zac does show up again, I can easily get the kill on this Darius. However, while I'm waiting, I'm going to try to avoid fights as much as possible. I now see that my Zac is ready to fight, so I immediately go in and pull the Darius backwards. And we easily get another kill onto him. After this, I immediately need to back. Even though I really want to push this wave out, my health is simply too low and I have no mana. If Hecarim shows up or anybody else shows up, I am immediately going to die. So I have to back immediately and get back, buy my items before coming back to lane. After those kills, the lane is pretty much over. And at this point, Darius should never really be able to kill me. I should always win any fight versus him. And the only thing that would really possibly stop me, and something I just want to caution you guys about, is a jungle gank that I do not see coming. So even though I have my ward in this river, obviously Hecarim is a very, very fast champion, and he has an ultimate that can cover walls and cover large distances. So I have to be very careful and watch out for a gank. Unfortunately, at this time, I thought he was bot side because the enemy team was fighting, so I was not paying enough attention, and I immediately get myself killed. So just watch out. When you're winning in matchups like this, you really don't want to die. The good thing is Hecarim is the one that got the kill, which means that Darius is still behind by quite a large amount, and he doesn't really have a chance of coming back into this game. So we go forward a bit, and at this point I've taken Darius' tower, and my objective is now the same as any other game, which is to put pressure into the side lane by pushing waves in, and then look to affect the map in some way. Even though I'm winning my lane pretty hard, my team is still about pretty even with the opposing team, and if they don't have my help, they will probably find a way to end this game. The only reason I'm currently pressuring Darius where he is right now is because the opposing dragon is up and I have Rift Herald. I said the opposing, but dragon is up and I have Rift Herald. And so I'm looking to see if I can kill this Darius in the time that my team is fighting for that Rift Herald. Sorry, for that dragon, I mean. Unfortunately, he's playing very, very safe. So while Darius is stuck in top lane catching the wave, we notice Swain walking through the opposing jungle. And so my entire team comes up to see if we can get a good pick. Again, the same thing, I've pushed top lane out, and now I'm gonna head towards mid lane to see if I can get a pick or get a kill in some kind of way. And I stop my E right here just so that I can allow Xerath to get the kill as well. Just spreading my wealth around the map and letting my teammates get ahead as much as they can. This leads to a quick Baron for my team. And then it's back to top lane to pressure with Baron buff. And my team finally groups in top lane for one final push so that we can look to end the game. So as you guys can see, the Darius matchup really isn't all that hard. With proper wave control and trading, you can find yourself getting ahead every single time. Let's just finish up with a quick recap. At level 1, I used my W to get all 3 CS and keep the wave in the middle as long as possible. Once the wave was close to my tower, I waited for Darius to use an ability, namely his Q, so that I could look to go in. This allowed me to get a free kill when he tried to extend the trade even though his Q wasn't back up. While trying to push the wave into his turret, he looked to all in me with Ghost, and I was forced to use some good vision play along with my flash to escape the situation. At level 6, I continued with the game plan of taking short trades while avoiding his abilities and going in when they're down, and this resulted in my Xerath being able to finish a kill. And finally, I baited Darius into a fight knowing that my Zac was nearby, which resulted in another free kill and completely closed the lane out. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully you guys can take some of the lessons here and apply them in your own games to get some good wins versus Darius as well. I'll see you guys in the next one.